Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Jolene Willowtree, and if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I live nearby a train and I'm going to let him pass by and then move on to talking because we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, it has been a while since I have been posting a new video. I'm a mom of 3, by the way. I homeschool my children. We are a neurodiverse family, and we are interested in spirituality, personal growth, nature therapy, creativity, and so much more. And recently I've been going through a journey of getting to know myself a little bit more better. Almost 2 years ago I found out that I'm autistic, and starting to get to know what that means, how high sensitive I am, what triggers me, what sensory overloads me, but learning all about all of these neurodiversity and what it means for me and how I can better myself, grow from it and learn from it so that I can live a more balanced, natural lifestyle that is healthy for me. And that has been a journey. Also, I've been going back to school, getting my education in creative and nature therapy, and that has been a beautiful journey. And yeah, there's also been the journey of me wanting to live in nature, be more close to nature, and yeah, maybe we were looking for moving out and all of these things. And then figuring out my sexuality. I already knew I was bisexual, and I'm still figuring these things out, still learning, still growing, but it has been my special interest for the last couple of weeks, months. I have also been to Ireland, but that's a video that's probably already online. If you didn't watch it, look at my channel and you will see my journey to Ireland. I have Irish blood. I once did a DNA test. I wanted to go home, and that's exactly how it felt. I wanted to connect with ancestors. I wanted to connect with the land, with my Celtic heritage. And that has been a journey, celebrating Samhain, Halloween, the place where it all started. And yeah, that was also a very spiritual and emotional journey, and I feel so grateful that we have done that. But yeah, that all of these things brings also challenges. For example, I have 3 autistic, high sensitive children. They have been to 3 schools and always end up back at home being sick, being sensory overloaded, and they don't really learn in school because they are so overloaded that there is no space in their brain. They have to process so much that there is almost no space for learning. For me, the logical step then is homeschooling. My husband has difficulty with it. I don't know if I should openly talk about it because I also want to respect his opinion and his privacy. But the thing is, yeah, it's difficult for him to think out of the box. Not because he can't think out of the box, but because for him it's difficult to process what other people think and their opinions. And he's someone that wants to do good for everyone around him, wants to please them in a way. So if he feels a judgment, and there is a lot of judgment towards autism, towards being different, towards homeschooling, towards all that I am, And I have grown to be confident in being different, thinking out of the box, being so different than everybody else on this planet, being authentic and being confident in who I am. But not everyone has that confidence. And also, of course, you have doubts, because will it be enough homeschooling? Will they be able to learn everything? Because I also am not a teacher and have my disadvantages. I don't want to call it disabilities, but like things that I'm good at and things that I'm less good at. But we also have help from a teacher. So yeah, I feel that would have to do, but still sometimes workshop discussions. Also, I think my sexuality triggers me exploring that. Not something that he says, but yeah, that I can imagine. And yeah, I've been really going inwards. It's also winter. I always feel like I'm this hermit. My spirit animal is the bear, and yeah, I always feel like I want to do winter sleep and don't go outside anymore, don't put things out anymore, really go inwards, need time to think, need time to reflect. So I really have been doing that and enjoying that too. And it also has been a really emotional roller coaster with everything going on, figuring things out. Yeah, there has been a lot in my life. I'm not going to share everything because some things are just private. But it has been hectic, it has been a lot, and it has been an emotional roller coaster. And while I was like going through this spiritual journey of going inward and self-exploring, I have been in this woman's circle, and we have been focusing on the chakras, and that was very interesting to start looking at that. I'm going to sip on my tea before I spill the tea further. And yeah, of course, we start with red. You can also start with purple. For high sensitive, neurodiverse, high spiritual people, it's almost better to start from purple because you have this open vessel. I think star seeds in general should start with purple or even pink, because we have this open chakra system above. We're like upside down. More earth seeds and more 3D vibrational people would start from the root, because that's where they get their energy from, and we get our energy from another source. My son is there. So if I'm distracted sometimes, I have 3 children that are running around in here and their dad is working. So where was I? I'm distracted. I have ADHD too. So yeah, the root. But we started with the root. We felt one of the women felt drawn to warmth and red. So we started with I am. And that's what I was figuring out. Who am I? What am I? What label am I? But sometimes we are seeking for this word where we can express ourselves. And I know some people have reject and have resistance towards labels. I was once one of these people until I started understanding that first and for all, every word is a label. Either if you call yourself high sensitive or human, or your name, or any word that you describe yourself is a label. So if, hey, my dog is here too. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah. So everything is a label. So if you feel resistance towards certain labels, ask yourself why. Because I once had resistance towards autism, and it was because I felt insecure about the label, because it is perceived as something negative, as something that needs to be healed, as something that is broken, or a disability, instead of being something amazing, as I started to realize and experience it. So who am I? And I had resistance towards red. We have to realize I have 2 red walls in the house, and I started realizing that I had red everywhere in my house, like the curtains, the walls, decorations, paintings everywhere. I have a lot of red clothing. I had so much red. It was also in my moon time, or right before my moon time, where I have PMSS. PMSS is like PMS, but way worse. Also have videos about it. So it was my bed. So yes, red was all over my house, all over the place, and I felt I needed to tune more into brown colors, to earth myself, to ground myself. So I was then very, who am I? I was figuring things out. So I have some cards, and it was discovering. It was a journey of discovering who I am, figuring out, am I a lesbian? Am I bisexual? Also figuring out, if I am a lesbian, how did I fall in love with my husband? What makes me fall in love? What do I feel attractive? And I'm still figuring all of these things out. But it really was a journey of discovery. It was also a journey of renewal, because of all of these things that was happening into my life. It was hectic, it was emotional, it was a lot. I almost felt like a part of myself transformed into something new, and I really felt renewed, and I still feel like this new part of myself is growing. I really felt like I was a phoenix that had shed and burned away and then reborn in something new. There is this card, perfection. I don't know how this relates to me, but I'm a perfectionist. Yes, that's also a part that came up, that because I'm a perfectionist, I have this brain that loves critical thinking. I'm a Virgo twice, Virgo sun, Virgo rising. A lot of Virgo energy, and yes, that makes me perfectionistic sometimes, but in ways that I view things and look at the details. I see the good, I also see the bad, and I also always want to renew things to make it more perfect. And I know perfection doesn't exist, but renewing and growth does. And when you see perfection as something that is forever growing and something that never is perfect, that's perfect. And then also figuring out that I do feel for my husband, first and for all, because he wasn't like other men. He isn't like other men. That's what attracted me to him, because before him I never felt attraction towards men or towards a guy. I also platonically fell in love because I confused friendship with love. And then when they broke up with me, I was like, yeah, let's move on and just be friends. But never felt sad or heartbroken. But I realized that my husband is a soulmate. I've been learning about it, and that really resonated with me. And then we moved on to the orange, I don't know how you say, sacral chakra, I think. It's orange is the element of water, feelings, creativity, So I started to have all of this inspiration and all of these feelings coming up. I also had already had all of these feelings coming up, but it was like coming up more so that I could release and heal. And I have been crying a lot in this time, really feeling like I don't know where to go, feeling like I'm on a crossroad. Connecting with Hecate on this, because she was like holding the lantern or the fire to light all of the pathways that I'm having. And I'm still in the process of figuring out where I want to go and what is the right thing for me, what is the right path for me, because I don't want to I don't want to make a decision where I later on will feel like, oh, it's the wrong one. So I really want to feel and think this over and over, but to also have some clarity and some silence in my head. You can meditate, but for autistic and ADHD, neurodiverse people, we already are in a mindful state. That's why we are so open and awakened for every sensory thing that's out there. For us to silence our head and our brain that's so full of energy, creativity. That's why I started doing this journey of becoming a creative therapist, to help neurodiverse and high sensitive people to express themselves in creativity and share their passion. I am passionate about creativity and creating and renewal, and then creating from passion, from the heart, from the feelings, and that really was like a really warming and healing journey to feel everything that was coming up, and then have all this inspiration of all the things that I can create out of it, and also feel self-worth, to not start doubting myself, to see what kind of creator I am, and feeling my self-worth in this journey, not start to doubt, not start to go into a negative vibe, but stay positive. And the orange was really a color that made me feel also positive and strong. And then we have completion. Nothing is complete, but we're completing a cycle of something that I needed to heal, and so that I can step into the new. Yeah, that resonates so much. And now we're in yellow with the women's circle. Yeah, power, the sun and fire and honey and lemons. And I do. From all the inspiration and the passion that was coming up, now I feel like also in my cycle as a woman, I had my moon time during orange, and now I'm coming into my very fertile, fiery energy, so yellow. And I first felt like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do. And that's something that I love, but I also have to be careful about, because I have had burnout. I have had burnout recently. I've been very sick in the winter. I really had to recover. So I also have to be careful that I don't burn myself out with all of this fire. But I really love the energy, and I started really tuning in and really feeling what the yellow brings out. So all of this inspiration of art, I really want to start doing art now, because I started some projects while I was focusing on the orange, but now that I'm focusing on the yellow, I feel like I want to start doing more, like my YouTube channel, like I'm doing now. I'm creating and I'm doing and making the steps and taking the steps, and also this renewal that I have been having, this completion of a cycle this new confidence that grew starting to explore this. And I feel so joy. Yeah, that's the word. I feel so much joy, like to explore this part of me that is so confident. And I'm so proud to be able to say I feel so confident in my skin of who I am, of my authenticity. I feel strong, I feel powerful, I feel worthy, I feel, so strong. And I want to share this. I want people to feel this confident too. I'm in this process of not allowing the negativity of others or negative feelings, negative thoughts of others to affect me anymore. I draw out now. I want to surround myself by joy, by people that lift up, that are strong and confident and in their power, because the people that you surround yourself with have effect on you. So if you surround yourself, especially when you're a high sensitive person, when you suck up all of their energy, especially when you're autistic or an empath, you suck up all of this energy. I'm also a projector. Projectors are channelers, so we channel all of this energy. So we have to really be aware and be careful of who we surround ourselves with. So alone time is very important for me. Going into nature, having my art, very important for me. But I'm this social introvert. I love socializing, but I really need a lot of alone time. So if I have like one time of socializing in a month, for me that's actually already enough. So joy and enlightenment, that's what now is drawn to me, like enlightening yourself. I also felt like now that I'm exploring my sexuality, what do I feel attractive? And I do feel like I'm sexually more drawn to women. They are so beautiful. Like, they awaken my fire. Like, I just love looking at women. They're so beautiful. I'm not going to go into deep to that. But yeah, I feel that I'm really drawn to women. Like, they're so beautiful. So beautiful. But I also am drawn to, because you can have a beautiful woman, but then when you start talking and they're all negative, or they are like, I really feel like emotional intelligence is very important, more than the IQ. The AQ is way more important for me, because someone that has a high emotional intelligence for me is sexy. That's hot. That's interesting. That's sucking me in. That's yes. That's a yes for me. Also, confidence. Are proud of who you are. And then I was tuning into the Leo energy. My husband is a Leo. And he's not all that confident. So I want to encourage him to really step into that Leo fire energy. I have Leo in my Venus, where I express that Leo energy in me, in my clothing, in my makeup, in the way I express myself. Even though I'm Virgo, and then in my moon, Scorpio, I also have Leo energy in me. And I really feel drawn to Leo. Every person that I had dated or had a relationship with, even though I never really fell in love, I think I was drawn to that Leo energy, because all of them were Leo. All of them were Leo. And I really feel like so drawn to Leo, this proud, masculine, powerful, strong, confident, fiery energy that when it is in balance, it brings out joy, it brings out your own confidence. And I want to be lifted up by other people, their confidence. I am not intimidated by other people's beauty or confidence. the opposite, when I see their proud, their self-worth, their trust in themselves, their when they shine their light, I feel safe to shine my light as well and don't feel intimidated. And I feel this fire in me now, so glowing. I feel like glowing, like this is a yes. So I am very drawn and attracted to confidence. I really feel like that's sexy as hell. And I felt like, oh, I want to start dressing up. I have nothing yellow in my closet. I have in my summer clothing that is locked up now, I have yellow. So in the summer I will wear some more yellow. I have a lot of orange in the winter, which I love too, because it's a warm color and I feel like I need this warmth. But I also am drawn to gold. And I have like this big Leo hair sometimes, like poof my hair into waves and have this golden Leo hair sometimes. I feel like exploring, bringing out this lion Leo energy of myself and be proud and be confident and start doing the things that makes me fulfilled and joyful and create miracles from everything that is happening right now, all of this transformation that is happening within me, this new life that I'm creating, this new earth, this new world that I'm part of, feels like a miracle and creates more miracles. Things are flowing and coming my way with ease, and it creates more abundance because all of this creativity, all of this creation that I'm starting to do, setting in action, this transformation that I'm allowing in myself is creating abundance. And I can already feel all of the money and the abundance. Abundance is not only money, abundance can also be support and help and abundance of creativity, of having so much ideas that you create everything you need to feel fulfilled. For me, that's abundance. And I also am looking forward for abundance in my garden, to have all of those flowers coming out, abundance of nature. So I am ready for this new life, ready for a new beginning. Thank you so much for being on this journey. I wish you all of the confidence, all of the abundance that you need, all of the enlightenment that you deserve, all miracles, let it come your way. I wish you joy. I wish you to discover yourself, to renew, to find your soulmate, to not be perfect, but to see yourself as fulfilled and perfect as you are, to feel your self-worth, to complete cycles and feel all of this passion. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye.